you grew up then when Hitler was alive.
Oh yeah, he
Was
was
alive?
alive. Yeah, I was in the Hitler Youth. What he did is he got all the young people, young men, and all the, like, how should I say that in English? Yeah, put us into a group, and he taught us a lot. We had to do a lot of sports, lot of sports, and you wouldn't believe it that I'm one of the fastest runners.
Really?
The fastest runners, yeah. And I was very good in school, except in arithmetic. I
Okay.
didn't like arithmetic, but I made real good grades in school because I read a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hitler was something else. Was hard, yeah. And we had no food in while my mother was in jail. See, I was the youngest, the oldest one from all my sisters. One of them was a year younger than I, and the other ones were 10 years and 6 years, something like that. I would take them in the mornings to kindergarten, and I would go to school. And on the way home, I would pick them up and take them home, and I would cook whatever I had, like potatoes and things like that. I would cook that for them, and I did their clothes and did everything for them. And he was, I was 12 years old when that happened. 12 years old.
Being a parent, basically.
I was already a parent before my time, So,
Wow.
and I had, like I said, I had such a good grandmother, and I always wanted to be that. She was a good example, and I wanted to be a good grandmother to you kids, yeah. And I remember you eating dinner every night here, and I would do homework with you, yeah. And I flew from here to Connecticut when he was born, so my daughter would have somebody there with her when she had give birth to him, and I would stay there about a week, and then I left.
What has been for you the most surprising thing you've experienced in your life? What has surprised you the most?
Oh, when Papa Hansel bought a boat, I almost had a heart attack. We used the boat, we always went on the boat, water skiing. See, where we lived in Georgia, there was a river, close by. And he taught all the kids, and we had a weekend house on the rivers and a boat dock, and he would throw the kids into the water, and I had failures. I said, don't do that, don't teach them how to. He said that's the only way they're going to learn, is by throwing them in the water. And he taught the kids all how to drive a car, every one of them, yeah. We didn't have that, what you have in school now. Yeah, he would take them out and teach them, That's what I mean about teaching your children. Yeah, when he bought a boat, oh Lord. I said, how can we afford that? We already got a weekend house we can spend, but then he built a boat dock. See, he could build everything. Papa Hansel did. And you don't believe that at one time we were very wealthy. We had a lot of money, and we give a lot of it away. That makes me happy when I can give people something.
Yes. What do you think has been the most challenging thing you've ever gone through?
Papa Hansel dying. See, I was married to him for 40 years. 40 years, and then I couldn't face actually being alone and handling everything, and I needed to accept that, because Sandy told me, she said, look at all the foster children. They get beaten up, they have no food, they don't have anything. He said, you quit crying now. And I cried all the time, you know. And but that was very challenging to me, to be without him. 40 years is a long time being married, you know. And he made money all the time, a lot of money, you know. He had 2 jobs, you know. We had a beautiful home in Connecticut, all paid for. Hey, look at that. And what makes me the most happy is this, when my dogs get taken care of. Look at that. Yeah, my sweet dogs.
So what do you think has been the most beautiful thing about your life?
Actually, to be honest, see, I grew up during wartime in Germany, and the most beautiful thing was for me to marry Papa Hansel, so he took care of my family with food and financial aid and all that, you know.
Very generous person.
Yeah, and that was so nice, you know, that he did that for me.
A favorite place?
Yeah, in Georgia, we had a weekend house, and we took the boat, you know, out all the time. Just look at this lazy dog.
If you could go back on your life, what would you do differently?
Be a better mother, not being so strict, too strict, you know. Like my father, when we would clean, we would have to clean the house.
Mm-hmm.
He would come after us and see how well we did. And when we didn't, you know, the punishment was we couldn't do a lot of things, you know. And I would definitely do that as being not so strict as a mother. They didn't want me to date, they didn't want me to do this and that. And see, I was the oldest, so I got it all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I didn't know that you were the oldest. Who?
I was the old. I was, Annemarie is 1 year younger. Helga is, she was born in 36. So she was almost 10 years. 10
Wow.
years younger than I. And then Ingrid, and she was about 3 or 4 years.
Are they still alive?
Well, yeah, Helga is and Annemarie is. They live in Connecticut.
Oh, they do. Okay.
And Ingrid, you know, passed away. She died, she had asthma so bad. My poor mother up there, she had asthma so bad, she died. She went to visit Helga in Denmark, and that's where Helga was married, to a Danish man.
Mm-hmm.
And she went over there every year to visit. And this time I told her, I said, Mama, don't go, please don't go. I don't want you to stay over there, you're too sick. And she went anyway, and sure enough, we got her back in the casket.
Really?
Yeah. Her life was hard too, with her sickness all the time. And also my father, he gave her a real hard time. He was stepping out on her all the time. But then, you know, when we all left, Helga, Annemarie and I, when we left, the 2 girls that were left at home, they let my father have it. He didn't dare come home and drink and carry on and, you know, mistreat my mother and grandmother, and they let him have it. They put him in jail. Yeah, they put him in jail. And then he quit. He became so good, yeah, but it was too late.
Yeah.
He ruined us all, you know.
Yeah.
So, and see, some of us gotten married so young too, because just to get away from him. You know what I mean?
What was his name?
Ernst.
And your mom's name?
Maria.
Maria.
My grandmother's name was Anna. Good old German names.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.